Hi, I'm Carl Schoening with SHN Sports, and here at SHN Sports we've been using Hollyland's Mars 400S wireless video transmission system to introduce a multiple angle broadcast to our live streaming sports. And when you add a new wildcard like that, you learn some lessons, and in our particular lesson that we learned, how do we figure out the issue of our producer being able to communicate with our camera operators? I'll tell you this much, cell phones, not a good idea. A, they can mess up with the wireless video transmission system if they get too close to the transmitters. But B, what if you send a text to your camera operator and he doesn't see it when you need him to see it? Or you give him a phone call and all of a sudden they're trying to multitask with a cell phone in one hand and a camera in the other. It is not an ideal situation. So we look to Hollyland again. They came up clutch with the T1000. This is a wireless audio hub that will connect up to 4 of these Beltpacks, which come with a headset, and you can have two-way communication with your live production crew. So in this particular case, it couldn't be simpler. It's a Beltpack that has this nice little clip here. It has an on-off switch that also adjusts the volume in ear of the headset, and they're rechargeable, thank God, by USB-C. Because in all honesty, I don't see why in 2021 we have to deal with using disposable AA or AAA batteries. And USB-C, my goodness, USB-C everything these days. This camera that I'm filming on is USB-C. My cell phone recharges via USB-C. So while the chargers are included for this, you don't have to worry about if you lose it, having to go to Hollyland and buying another USB-C charger, because you can get those pretty much at any store nearby, because it is probably the most common connector these days. As for this thing, it is powered via either 2 MPF batteries or on the side here with an AC connector to a plug. That's great. You have 2 antennas that you can screw onto it, and I think that overall this unit just solved our issue, because it helps out when our producer can communicate with our camera operators. Hey, I would like a close-up. Hey, your signal was lost. We need you to replace the battery on your transmitter. There are so many good things that come out of this T1000 unit, and I really can't endorse it anymore, because it has everything you need with the combination of simplicity of use. The only thing I would say about it is, only in a pinch would I recommend using it for audio on your actual broadcast. It's more for two-way communication. I don't think it's the highest quality for actual live production, but that's not a knock on it. That's not what it's meant to do. It's meant to send a signal across the location that you're broadcasting at and have your production crew communicate. And for that, it's perfect. The batteries last all day. The phones are not the solution to this issue. These T1000 Beltpacks are, because you can just clip it on your belt, have it on your head, and you can communicate with the rest of the crew. It's not just the producer, two-way communication with the rest of the crew using this setup. So if there's a camera operator who maybe says, hey, I have a better shot at that, you can just go ahead and have both of them communicate with each other, as opposed to maybe the producer just sending out all of the signals. You can actually have the broadcast work better, because the camera operators can communicate with each other on who has a better shot. Or in our particular case, when we first used this, the Kicking World broadcast, we just had to make sure that everybody could communicate with each other, and it was just perfect. Okay, I've rambled on long enough. The T1000, it's awesome. You should check it out if it's something that you need for your live production on broadcasts. And if you're like us, Hollyland also makes great, affordable wireless transmitter systems. This is the Mars 400S. It advertises up to 400 feet. We've gone a little bit further. I probably wouldn't push it much further. Probably don't need to push it much further, in all honesty. These work great. They also have Mars 300s, which you should check out. I think those are going to fit most of our broadcast needs in general. We're not 300 feet away from our cameras, but you know, if you are somebody who is trying to get into live sports production, I think Hollyland has you covered. If you're going to combine these with something such as the A10 Mini that has a multiple camera angle input for you to send out to your live feed, then I would say that this is the plug-and-go system that you need to add to your broadcast. If communication from your producer to your camera operators is important, believe me, it is, the T1000 is the way to go. Thanks for watching. Keep it tuned in to SHN Sports for all of our gear reviews, and we'll catch you next time.